Well, hey there, you're on the internet, I have some free time, and welcome to the Triple N Network, while you newbie nib nerds can find all the news you'll need. Let's look at ink today, shall we? Today's ink is one of Diamine's reds. In this case, Classic Red, which, as you can kind of see from the swabby here, it's more of a dark pink. And so here's a comparison. There's Classic Red. Here's Ruby, Wild Strawberry, Matador, Syrah, Oxblood. And if you even just look at these 6 inks, you can see how undersaturated this is, which is a problem that I'll have with this ink. I don't like undersaturated inks. And I also don't like pinks being called red. But moving on. All the tests were done in this JinHao X450 with, well, they call it a medium nib, but it's pretty broad and it's pretty wet, and that's why I really like it. But perhaps not the best mix with this ink. Looking at the chromatography, as you can see, I mean, I put the drop down there and you can't really see where that was because it all absolutely fled. No water resistance at all, essentially. Light pink and then sort of a more bright pink, almost red up there. So, yeah. Starting from the top down in density, Clairefontaine 90 grams per square meter. Now, because of just how wet this pen is, which I think you'll probably be able to see, it did, once it dried, it started to turn more red. But, yeah, it's still fairly pinkish, and then I said that the shading is great, but in part it's because of how watery and thin it looks in spots. So, yeah, dry time was kind of long, but again, this is Clairefontaine, and it was a broad nib, and it was kind of wet. Water test is a disaster. Most of it's gone. It dyed the paper, but no bleed feather spread. I put it down in something. That's why it's brown and not red. Next is Rhodia, 80 grams per square meter, where it's definitely more pink. You can see there and in there. But yeah, 20 seconds to dry, because again, it's a fairly broad wet nib. And again, the shading seems to be so great because of how watery and thin it gets in some parts. So, I don't know. And again, pretty much all of that is gone. And it dyed the paper. So, yeah, where I really scrubbed it in, it almost came through. But I feel like that's more my fault than the papers or the inks. Come on, camera, what are you doing? Here's Tomoe River Paper, where it definitely turned pink. Like, that is pink. 21 seconds to dry. And it does look really thin in some parts. I mean, here, even where I laid it on really thick, you just get a halo effect. It never sort of reaches a full red color on here. And again, that's nearly all gone. That would not be easy to read. It dyed the paper a bit. And here's the horrible 20-pound copier paper, which, despite this being a very wet nib, the paper was so absorbent that I started getting hard starts. Yeah, there was bleed, feather, spread. The water test was absolutely horrendous. It exploded, it dyed the paper, it got horribly feathery. I mean, look at that. That's just awful. Ugh. Next is Mead Notebook Paper, where somehow it performed even worse. Definitely pinkish here. You definitely get the feathers, and the spread was pretty bad. And again, it lightened it, so now it's just sort of a dark pink. That is an utter disaster. I mean, good luck reading that. That's pretty bad. And somehow it did even worse on Moleskine paper, where it spread so much. I mean, this looks like a triple broad nib. It's so large. I mean, and then look at how feathered it got. Just exploded. There's no shading, and it took 5 seconds to dry. And it definitely turned into like a dark flamingo pink. So, yeah. And wait. Ta-da! That's amazingly bad. But, yeah, so there you go. Diamine Classic Red. Definitely not my favorite red. It's definitely more of a pink. It's a dark pink. It's not the most well-behaved. I mean, it's easy to clean out of your pen, but that's partly because it's so watery and thin. Yeah, for your consideration from the Triple N Network, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.